What's up, everybody? Welcome on in to our Sunday NFL show, week number 6 over here in the NFL. I'm your man, Riggs Tamburo. That is Bryson Owens. This show is presented by Honest Golf. Make sure you check out Honest Golf Apparel on Instagram at Honest Golf Apparel, their website at honestgolf.ca, as you'll see there below, and use code TSF20 for 20% off your order today. As you guys can see, I'm rocking one of their shirts right now. They got some awesome hats. They got the rope hat out now. I got to get me one of those. Go check them out, guys. honestgolf.ca. We are jumping in here, Mr. Bryson Owens, looking at the morning game. We got another early one, 7:30 a.m. The Ravens and the Tennessee Titans. Ravens coming into this one. They are 4-point favorites. Obviously, they are not at home. What you take about this spread? I just can't get behind the Tennessee Titans, man.
That's interesting because I am going to take the Tennessee Titans to at least cover this one.
Ooh,
I think they have a chance to keep it close. Most of this is because both these teams' strength is running the football. So you could just see so much clock being eaten up, so much just possessions being lost, and both these defenses are playing at a good level. So you can just see, I can just totally see this game being something like a 15-12 type game. Like, it's going to be ugly. I don't see it being very pretty. There's not going to be a ton of big plays happening in this one. But I think just by the nature both these teams play, it could be a close game.
It can be a close game. So you're taking the 4 then with the Titans?
I'm going to 4. Yep.
Do you think there's any way you'd sprinkle that money line?
I think a little bit. I mean, one of the biggest strengths of this Titans defense is the run defense. And you know that if you can kind of slow down this run game for the Ravens and make Lamar a pocket passing quarterback, I know a lot of people love to just really beat it home that Lamar is improving as a passer. His weakness is just the straight up drop back pocket passing game. And if you can make Lamar beat you from the pocket, you've got a chance. So I like the Titans to at least be competitive.
Man, I hear what you're saying. Let me just throw out there, first of all, I'm on the under as well. All day long, under 42. This is a freaking steal. You guys, this number opened at 39.5. I have no idea how it broke 41. I have no idea. But at 42, that is a football number, and we are both jumping all over that one. So take the under 42. Now, I am on the other side of the spread here, though. Baltimore, they are the second best defense in points allowed per game. They only allow 15.0 points a game. And then you look over at Tennessee, they are 26th in scoring. They are in the bottom 6. They only score 17.6 points a game. I don't think, like you said like 12 points. This is going to be in that realm of 10 to 17 points for them. But I do think Baltimore are good for 21 plus here. I think we're looking at like a 23 to 14-ish kind of game. But I think if all goes wrong, it's 21-17. It's a push either way. You get your push, I get my push. I just can't take the side of the Tennessee Titans. To me, their defense, not very good. Their offense, not very good. I know everybody puts Mike Vrabel up there and one of the best coaches of the – no. He's not, you guys. The guy is not a good coach, in my opinion. Look what he's done. Y'all want to tell me Mike Tomlin's mediocre? This dude's mediocre. He can't win football games, and they're not going to win this football game either. Give me the Baltimore Ravens there in London, England, at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium to get this thing done all day long.
I have a fun question. I was just looking at some odds. On some draft book and some sports books, they have these odds on there. Do you like the possibility of taking a no touchdown scorer in this game? The one I'm looking at is plus 7,000. I don't hate it. I might put like $1 on it.
No touchdown scorer. Yeah, let's ride. 70 to 1.
I
absolutely
put a little bit on there.
Hey,
I said 15 to 12.
Hey, you sprinkle $5 on that, you just booked yourself tickets to the Nuggets opening night, my brother. So
absolutely.
Hey guys, let's take a shot. It's in London. We see a lot of weird stuff happen in London. So we're both going to go no touchdown score at 70 to 1 if you guys want to go ahead and take a shot. But like Bryson said, that's the kind of number you guys need to shop around. You might be able to find that at 100 to 1, depending on where you're looking. So make sure you do your research. Good luck there. Bright and early, 7:30 in the morning. Jumping on over to my personal game of the week. Bryson, I'm in love with this football game. And you wouldn't think it, but it's the New Orleans Saints on the road. They are 1.5-point favorites at the Houston Texans. I'm going to let you go first, because if I just start dogging Derek Carr, everyone's going to say, well, you're just a Derek Carr hater. You guys, there's a difference. It's like Bryson with Justin Fields. There's a difference in being a hater and just calling it like it is. Bryson doesn't hate on Justin Fields. He just tells you the dude ain't that good. That's fair. Derek Carr, he's not that guy. You guys didn't understand it in Las Vegas. Then he gets paid. You don't understand it over here. Now they're on the road. They come off one good win, and they're magically now favored here on the road. I don't like it at all. Houston Texans, CJ Stroud, rookie of the year, by the way. Go ahead and put your bets in. If you didn't do it already, he's still plus 150 to win this award. And now you got the running back there from Miami hurt. So CJ Stroud is really just pulling away in this race. Houston Texans money line. Houston Texans plus 1.5. My favorite bet of the week. Are you with me? Are you trusting Derek Carr here? If you are, I'll say a prayer for you before the game.
No, I'm with you. I love the Texans this one. You know, CJ Stroud's playing really well so far this season, like you mentioned. He broke the NFL record for most pass attempts without throwing an interception. So that's incredible. He played really well in their first home game. He mentioned after the game, it was their first home win in like 2 years. And he said that he's not done winning in front of Houston fans. So I like that attitude he's bringing. And listen, the Saints all year, my biggest concern with the Saints is the fact that they just don't finish drives. They settle for field goals or they punt so often. They changed it a little bit last week. Derek Carr had his best game of the year. He put up a good amount of points last week. But I mean, CJ Stroud's been doing. Yeah, I see those quotes.
Yeah.
My only concern is the Saints do have a legitimate top 5 defense, and they have not allowed a 300-yard passer in 31 games, which is the longest active streak. So CJ Stroud could see the best defense he's seen all season. But, I mean, I trust the kid. I like this coaching staff. I think they have everyone playing really well down there in Houston. They're competitive. I don't see them just absolutely folding and losing to the Saints team by that much. So I think this could be a really, really close game, and you can see Houston pulling off a win. They've been doing it all year.
Bryson, if you notice, I didn't bring up the defense because that's the one fear I have in this game. I ain't scared of Derek Carr. I ain't scared of this offense. You just mentioned it. They don't finish drives. They don't have big play potential. They don't do anything to scare a defense. And this Texans defense, they are respectable in their own right. They've had a couple little moments of blown coverage and stuff like that, but they're young. And I do think this team is the better team here. Just a quick quarterback comparison for you, since I'm a hater. 946 yards for Derek Carr this year, 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. He's the 17th ranked quarterback right now. CJ Stroud, 1,461 yards, 7 touchdowns, and a big old 0 interceptions. They have the better quarterback. They have a pretty close defense, and they're at home in this game. You got the Texans coming off a loss. They're looking for a win. You got the Saints coming off a big win. They're going to be riding that high on the road here. The wrong team is favored, folks. Grab your plus money. We're going Houston Texans to get this thing done. Any bet here for you on the total? It is currently sitting at 42 points.
I like the under in this game. I mentioned the Saints have a legit top 5 defense. And you mentioned the Texans defense is respectable. I mean, they're 11th in the NFL in scoring. They only give up about 20 points a game, which is really, really good. They're very good against the run. They don't give up a ton of rushing yards. And against the Saints team that, like, their run game has been so inconsistent this year that I don't even know how to, like, bet their run game, because Alvin Kamara is way better than what he's looked so far. And he's just coming back. But the Saints team is known for being really good at running the football, and they're not this year. So I think, 2 good defenses, one offense struggles to put up points. I'm on the under in this game.
This is tough, man. I'm on the under too. Actually, you know what? I lied. I don't know why I'm saying the under's tough here. I think you and I both agree that this under is incredibly easy. We both don't trust either of the offenses all that much. And just because they're both facing a good defense, I don't trust Derek Carr. I do trust CJ, but he is facing a monster of a defense. So, guys, under 42 points, it just feels right here. If this game turns into a shootout, I'll be shocked. But if it does, Bryson, give me the guy with 7 touchdowns and no interceptions before the guy with 4 and 2. So good luck to everybody in the Texans game. We're both going Houston. Take the 1.5. This one's going to be close and under 42 points. Jumping over to what could be the ugliest game of the day, the Minnesota Vikings. They are 2.5-point favorites on the road in Chicago. A little bit of a rivalry going down here. The Bears, man, getting 2.5, getting plus 120 on the money line. Are they worth a shot at their own house?
I'm going to shock everyone in the world, and I'm taking the Bears to cover here and win.
History.
A lot of that is, I know, right? It's going to be the first. It's going to be the first and only time it happens. But I'm going to take the Bears to cover here. A lot of it is Justin Jefferson being on the IR. Justin Jefferson not playing in this game is huge. He is, in my opinion, the best receiver in football. Kirk Cousins really doesn't have a good connection with anyone else on this team right now. If you watch them play, you watch that Chiefs game when Justin Jefferson wasn't in for those last couple drives. Kirk didn't really know who he wanted to go to for the big downs.
He's lost.
And so you can see another very similar thing happening here. Justin Fields, to his credit, has played his best back-to-back games of his career. He's going up against a Vikings defense that's pretty terrible. It's a pretty bad defense. Not quite as bad as the Broncos, but it's bad. 22nd in passing yards, 23rd in points per game allowed. So the Bears have been putting up points. Kirk Cousins is missing his top target. Getting the Bears at plus money at home, I'm going to take that for this week.
Folks, mark your calendars. Keep this one, stamp it. Don't let Bryson forget about it. Bryson, if they lose this game or they don't cover in this game, I know you're going to be like, and that's exactly why I don't take the Chicago Bears. But when they win this game, if they win this game, you and I are both taking the Bears next week at the spread, because if they win this one, they clearly have got this thing going. They're starting to get respected by odds makers. They were more than a touchdown dog in like every game of the freaking year. And now they're finally getting that field goal, just below field goal kind of respect. So I will say, I've seen the Bears at 3 points, and I do love them at 3 points here because this should be a ugly, pretty low scoring game. But like you mentioned, Kirk Cousins without Justin Fields, he's lost out there. He doesn't look like he's confident. He looks like he knows he's going to get smacked. You can see his body language. He kind of pulls up. I don't know if you guys saw that quarterback show, but Kirk gets murdered back there. And without Justin Jefferson, I just think he's going to do a lot of throwaways. There's going to be a couple intentional groundings. It's just going to be an ugly game for the Minnesota Vikings. If I'm them, I'm just trying to get out of here healthy with a healthy Kirk Cousins. Kick a lot of field goals. Don't go for it on fourth down like ever. It's going to be low scoring and ugly. But I will say, I think the tank is in full effect, Bryson. I think they're going to chip out Kirk Cousins. And I think this team wants Caleb Williams. And I know Caleb Williams would want to come and be a Minnesota Viking. I don't think he'd hold out for that team. So who doesn't want to play in Minnesota? I think that's a sick place to go play. So I think Minnesota lose this game too. I will take the 3. I will take the money line. Justin Fields, the dude looks good as long as they avoid the big mistakes, the stupid fumbles, the dropping a snap. As long as they can avoid that, I think they're going to win this football game. So we're going to take a shot here with the dogs and the plus money. I've already kind of alluded to it. 44 points. I'm on the way under in this game. I know it's two not very good offenses, but I just think this is going to be one of those, call it 21-23 Bears win. It's going to be close. It might be pushing it, but I think it's going to be one of those games. And I could even see the Vikings sitting in that 16 to 20 point range. They might not even get to 20 here. Okay.
I'm going to go the opposite of you. I'm going to go the over in this game. These are two very bad defenses. The Bears are 30th in the NFL in scoring defense, and the Vikings are 23rd. And these are back-to-back weeks. I mentioned Justin Fields' best games of his career back-to-back weeks. 40 points and 28 points. The Vikings, even if they don't have Justin Jefferson, I think they're talented enough to put up points in this game against this defense. I can see it being something like a 30 to 28, 30 to 27 type game.
I can see it. Guys, I don't love the under. I think you could go either way here. I think it's either going to be like one of those numbers is going to totally cash. They're either going to blow this out by the third quarter, like Bryson said, and it's already going to be over, or it's literally going to be like 13-10 heading into the fourth quarter. One of the two is going to happen here. I think they nailed this number. I don't think the odds makers have any idea what to do here in this game. They're probably like, well, both teams' defenses suck. Both teams' offenses suck. Anything could happen. So we'll see what happens. Best of luck to all you guys in the Vikings game. That's going to be a fun one, but, get your popcorn, get comfy on the couch. You might get bored a little bit. So we'll see what happens. Indianapolis Colts. This spread shocks me, right? I mean, it shocks me. The Colts are 4-point dogs on the road in Jacksonville. The Jags coming off a huge win in London. I know it's a long travel back, but they spent 2 weeks in London. They got acclimated there. They're now home. It'd be a lot different if they were on the road now again in Indianapolis, but you got Anthony Richardson not playing in this game for the Colts. He's out because he doesn't know how to slide and protect himself. But the Jags, to me, man, this is an easy one. I'm not even going to give you guys a very big reasoning. The Jags are the better team offensively, the better team defensively, and they're the home team here. It's Jags -4 all day long for me.
Yeah, I'm with you on taking the Jags in this one. One thing I found really positive is the 2 games in London. Trevor Lawrence played his best 2 games of the year. He's finally turning it around to what he did last year. I think he and Calvin Ridley, especially, they're finally finding that connection where if those two can get going with Doug Peterson as the play caller, it's a dangerous offense. And Travis Etienne got going in that one. I love the way the Jags are playing. They played great on defense last week. And with no Anthony Richardson, if Anthony Richardson was in this game, it'd be a totally different story because I love the way that kid's playing. He's dynamic. He's athletic. He can make all the big throws. But with Gardner Minshew, I like Gardner Minshew a lot. He's not an NFL starting quarterback, I don't think, anymore. He's a good backup. But in Jacksonville, with the momentum these Jaguars are playing with, I can't take the Colts to cover 4.5 points here. I think the Jags are playing just too good of football on both sides of the field right now.
I'm with you. Would you go Trevor Lawrence 2+ passing touchdowns at -120? Because I love that bet.
I would. Yeah. I mean, like I said, he's coming off his best back-to-back weeks of the year. He only has 5 touchdowns on the year, but I think you're going to see that number climb pretty rapidly as the season goes on. And if he and Lawrence can, or if he and Ridley can get that connection going, both those could just go to Ridley.
Guys, Calvin Ridley to score a touchdown is like Calvin Ridley and Jags to win in a parlay right now. You're looking at about +200. You have to slam this play, you guys.
Yep.
Calvin's going to score. Bryson just mentioned it. He looks really freaking good. He is the clear wide receiver 1 now. Everyone else has taken a step back. These two are on point with their connection. I don't see how Ridley doesn't get in, and I genuinely just do not see how the Jags lose this game. Yes, the Colts defense is decent, but on the road, they're playing they might stop him one time. They might pick him off one time, but either way, that's not going to stop this team for 4 quarters. So it's Jacksonville Jags -4 money line, whatever you want to do all day long. Over under in this game is 44 points. Initially, I wanted to slam this over, Bryson, but the more I look at it, I'm like, how much are the Colts good for though? Because I love this Jags defense. I like Gardner Minshew, but I don't think he's that dude. So like, I don't think the Colts are really good for more than 16, 17 points in this game. I'm still going to go over because I think the Jags are good for about 24 to 30, but I think this is a very tight number.
It's a really close number. I think they nailed it. I'm going to take the under on this one. The Jaguars are playing very good defense right now. Their biggest strength is that run game. They are 5th in the NFL in rushing yards allowed, and that's the Colts' strength on offense. And with no Anthony Richardson, makes that run game not as dynamic. So I think they're going to really lean on Jonathan Taylor and Zach Moss to try and get it done. So again, you could see a lot of clock being eaten up with that run game. The Colts have a talented defense. It's not playing up to the standard I thought it would this season, but they have a talented defense. The Jaguars are turning it around. I think Trevor Lawrence and Calvin Ridley might be the only real standouts offensively in this game. After that, it could be a dogfight. It could be a really close, low-scoring game for a while, and you can just see the Jaguars pulling it away at the end.
I do love ETN to get in as well. I have to throw that out there. I mean, I know that the Colts, the one thing they're good at is stopping the run. Okay, fine. But I don't know. I know most of y'all were sleeping at 7:30 in the morning the other day, but I was up, and this boy ETN, he said, hey, sit down, hold my beer. I'm finna show y'all how to run the football. and he ran the ball, and he didn't just run it against a bad team. He ran it against the Buffalo Bills, and he ran it up their freaking throats, dude. I love ETN to get in. I love, hey, ETN touchdown, Ridley touchdown, Jags to win. You guys want to get paid, put it in. Good luck there on that one. Jumping over to what could be an ugly game, but everyone is starting to talk about this game as this could be like the game of the day. If the Seahawks play their kind of football, if the Bengals are actually back, Bryson, which I saw, you know, Mr. Colin Coward out here saying the Bengals are back. I really think the Bengals are back. Do you believe the Bengals are back, or does one performance not do it for you? Because for me, I'm still skeptical.
Yeah, I'm still a little bit skeptical too. I mean, I'm huge on the Bengals. I love Joe Burrow, love this team, but I need to see more than one game against the Cardinals. I know we've been on the Cardinals saying that they are a competitive football team. They are not tanking. They are playing really good football. But at the end of the day, the Cardinals are going to win somewhere around 3 to 4 games. So getting a big win against them really doesn't move the needle too much for me. I still need to see. I know Ja'Marr Chase had a big game, but to me, when the Bengals are at their best, it's when you don't know if Ja'Marr Chase is going to go off, or if T. Higgins is going to go off, or if Tyler Boyd, Joe Mixon. That's when the Bengals are at their best. And right now, to me, it's still so much. If Ja'Marr Chase isn't going, this offense isn't going anywhere. And so I need to see a little bit more from everyone else first.
I'm with you. I mean, look at the New York Giants. Look what Daniel Jones did in the second half. And look what they've done ever since that day. Beating the Cardinals is not some great feat. It's not like, oh, we beat up on the Cardinals. Look it up. Who gives a damn? You have to win that game against the Cardinals. So I don't know, man. I do think Joe looks better, but is he there yet? Is he Joe Burrow that we know him to be? He's not there yet. Could he keep getting a little bit closer as it goes? Sure. But the Seattle Seahawks, this is not the Arizona Cardinals. This is a much better football team. I got to be honest with you. I think 3 points on the road is a little bit too much to give this Seahawks team that I think very well could win this game. If the Bengals had dropped another game last week to Arizona, I don't even think they'd be favored in this game. It'd be like +1 for the Cincinnati Bengals. So give me the Seahawks +3. Give me the Seahawks on the money line. It's going to be a close game. You guys, this Bengals team 2 weeks ago, they lost 27-3 against the Tennessee Titans. I'm not putting my money on them as favorite. There's just no way. Seattle plus money, Seattle +3. No other way for me. Over under 44.5. I think this, once again, these damn odds makers, man, they are nailing these totals. What's your take here? What do you do? Because we've seen the Bengals score 3 points, and now we've seen them score 30 points. What's going to happen?
I'm going to take the over in this game. The Seahawks are the 6th highest scoring offense in the league. They know how to put up points in bunches. And the biggest weakness for the Seattle team is the passing game. They are 30th in the NFL in passing yards allowed. They give up 280 a game. And if Joe Burrow can ride any kind of momentum from the last week, with Artie Burns, a starting corner for them, questionable. Their other corner, Kobe Bryant, he's questionable. So they're missing some secondary help. Jamal Adams is questionable. If Joe Burrow and Ja'Marr Chase can ride any type of momentum, you could see it kind of being a shootout type of game, in my opinion. So I'm going to take the over.
Gonna go with the over. Man, oh man, I am with you on this number just because, like I just said, guys, the Tennessee Titans put up 27 points on these guys. My boy Geno Smith probably has this one circled. He's looking for a big win here. 3 points is too many. 44.5 is not enough. I think we're looking at like a 52 to 54 point game here. So I'm very comfortable with the 44.5. I hope it goes to 44 because that way at 24-20, you and I are safe. But guys, 44.5. It's just, it's the perfect number here. I am pulling up some quick touchdown scores though for you. I want to ask you who you like here. Bada bing, bada boom. Tyler Boyd to get in +310. Chase Brown 15-1. Don't worry about that. Ja'Marr Chase there at 1 touchdown -105. T. Higgins +155. I mean, is there anybody you like here?
I like I'll take Ja'Marr Chase to score 1 touchdown at -105. Those are good enough odds for him to score 1. He's coming off, like I said, Both he and Joe Burrow coming off the best game of their season. Ja'Marr Chase had 192 yards and 3 touchdowns. I just mentioned that the Seahawks secondary isn't very good. I just mentioned that they have corners missing. I think Ja'Marr Chase is one I really like. I don't hate Tyler Boyd either at the plus 310. T. Higgins is questionable. And he hasn't had a good connection with T. Higgins yet this season. Joe Burrow hasn't. So I think if there's going to be a second wide receiver to go off for the Bengals, right now, Tyler Boyd's my pick.
And as you can see here, I've highlighted Joe Mixon at minus 130, obviously running back for the Bengals. Do you like this play, or since it's not plus money, is it too risky for you?
I think it's too risky for me. He only has 1 touchdown on the year, and the Seahawks run defense is actually very, very good. They are 6th in the NFL in run defense, so I wouldn't touch Joe Mixon.
And then looking over at the Seattle Seahawks, obviously Noah Fant, we saw him have a little bit of a connection lately. He's plus 550. Tyler Lockett plus 170. DK Metcalf 155. Any of those guys you like?
I don't hate sprinkling Noah Fant in this one. DK Metcalf is dealing with a little bit of an injury. Their rookie in Jackson Smith-Njigba hasn't really gotten going. So if Metcalf isn't 100%, you could see a lot of targets going to Fant and Lockett's way. I don't hate a little sprinkle on a plus 550 for Noah Fant.
I'm with you there, dude. Let's take a shot on Noah Fant at plus 550. What a freaking value play that is. This is the number 1 tight end on their team, at least in my opinion. Some people want to argue that, but I don't really think there's an argument there. So good luck there, guys. I'm going Seattle Seahawks to get this done. You're locking in Bengals. Are you going to go money line, or are you cool with the 3?
I'm more confident in the money line than I am on the 3. I think I would take the Seahawks to cover the spread. You can see it being a 1 or 2 point game.
Okay. All right, guys. Good luck. We'll see. We're going to find out in this one if Joe Burrow is back or not. If these guys get run out of town at their own house, he ain't back and they need to put his ass on the bench. But if he comes out here and he does what he should do and they win 30-21, then we can all say, okay, Joe Burrow threw for 3 touchdowns. This boy is back. Jumping over to the afternoon game. This is our final game before we give you guys our parlay of the week, which we got a 4-legger for you. So get ready for that one. But the Detroit Lions, man, they are minus 3 points on the road in Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield and the Bucks getting some respect here. Only 3-point dogs in their own house. What's your take here, man? I mean, I know a lot. Everybody I know, 90% of the bets is on Lions minus 3. Are you on that train?
I am on that train, and it's not so much a disrespect to the Bucks because they're playing very good football. I think it's going to be a competitive game. I don't think the Lions are going to blow them out. I just really like the way this Lions team is playing on both sides of the football. Aiden Hutchinson is a monster. This man is wrecking NFL teams left and right. Jared Goff is playing really high football. Amon-Ra St. Brown missed last week. It looks like he's going to be back for this one, so that's his top target. I really like the way these Lions are playing. I think the Bucks are playing really good football too, but I'm just a little bit more confident in the Lions in this one.
Dude, Baker Mayfield gave you guys him as my dog 2 weeks back. Cash that fat ticket in. Guys, they play very well when they're in Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield, this team has bought into him. They love him over there. They trust him over there more than the Browns ever did. But I love this Lions team, Bryson. I'm shocked here, right? Because if you were giving me 4.5, dude, I'd slam the Bucks. I'd slam the Bucks. The problem in this game is I feel like the Lions do have a chance to run them out of their own house here. I do think the Lions could win this game 27-17 or something. It could be like that.
Yep.
I'm going to go out on a crazy ass limb here, and I'm going to go Bucks money line. Just give me the money line. Give me Baker Mayfield to pull this thing off. And I'm not necessarily doing this because I think the Bucks are a better team. I'm doing this because of where the money is. 17% of the money is on the Bucks. They're giving them respect. They know that they deserve respect here. Take the money line at plus 150. Take a shot if you guys want to. And then also I will throw out there the plus 3 right now. It's plus 100. If that goes to 3.5 or 4, guys, take the spread. I think they at least keep this close. The Lions might escape. But you guys, Vegas doesn't win, or Vegas always wins. I'm sorry. You never beat the house. 90% of people are probably not going to beat the house in this game. So do with it what you will. I don't know. Shout out to my boy Bakes. Go cook him up something, brother, and we'll see what happens.
He's playing really well.
Dude, he looks so good. He looks so good.
I think I saw he's right now top 5. He is a top 5 quarterback in every category when it comes to third down passing and passing against the blitz. So
let him know, Bryson. That's
Baker's playing the best football of his career right now. It's really fun to see.
Dude, I hope they pull this off and everyone's like, oh, the freaking Lions suck. No, give the Bucs credit. They are a damn good football team. They're going to beat a few more teams this year that no one gives them a chance to beat. They've already shown that they can do it, and they're going to do it again here. If this game was in Detroit, I would not be taking Tampa, but it just seems like a tough place to play for some weird reason. It's not the craziest crowd. It's not the toughest environment, but for some reason, they play well at home. I don't know what it is. So good luck there. 42 points. You got a pretty high-scoring Lions offense. You got a great Bucs defense. What do you do here?
I'm going to go the over there. I think this Lions offense is too good to be stopped, really. The one game they really struggled offensively was against the Chiefs. Other than that, I believe they've scored 30-plus points in every game so far this year. Or if not, it's almost every single one. Like they've 42, 34. They put up 20 against the Falcons, 31 in a loss against the Seahawks, 21 against the Chiefs. Like this is a really good offense. And I just mentioned Baker Mayfield's playing the best football of his career. I know that the Lions defense is playing at a very high level right now, but I think both these offenses have a chance to put up points in this one.
Dude. Guys, sorry for my stall. I don't know what to do here.
It's tough.
My gut tells me under, just because I think that the only way the Bucs win or cover in this game is I think it has to go under. I think yeah, right. They need the Lions to struggle here. So like this piece of me is like, Riggs, take the under. But this other piece of me is like, dude, Baker Mayfield can score on this team, right? So I'm going to go over. I feel like a dummy that I'm taking the Bucs and the over because I think you can only hit one of those if you're going to hit them. But I also can see this going over. I could see this being 24-23. Bucs get this thing done. So good luck to everybody there. We're both going over. Bryson going Lions. I'm going Bucs. Should be fun. NFL parlay of the week, my man. I'm going to let you go ahead and have the floor here. It's 4 legs. What are we doing?
Yeah, it's a big one. It's a bigger parlay than we're used to, but we just think all of these are surefire locks. We've got the San Francisco 49ers going up against the Cleveland Browns. We got the Niners coming out with the win there. Dolphins beating the Carolina Panthers. Eagles beating the New York Jets, and the Bills beating the New York Giants. It's going to be a rough day for the city of New York because both the Eagles and the Bills are going to beat them up. But I think all these teams are playing lights out football right now. We saw Miami have a little bit of a dip against Buffalo. After that, they look great. San Francisco and Philly are the only undefeated teams left, and they're playing probably the best football in the NFL right now. And the Bills, I think last week, Josh Allen's rough game against the Jaguars was more of a travel and a scheme thing than the Bills playing poorly, going against this abysmal Giants team. Don't see how this comes out without us winning. It comes out to plus 110 odds.
Yes, sir. You guys, one more time for you. That is Eagles money line, 49ers money line, Bills money line, Dolphins money line. Peep the bottom here. We got that for you. We know, guys, we know there's 2 huge favorites in there, but they're going to win. And we want to get you guys, we could have done 2 legs and gave you a minus 150, but that's no fun. So 4 legs, 4 winners. We're going to cash this plus money. Good luck if you choose to ride with us, my man. Any other thoughts here on NFL Week 6? Any other games? Anything else you want to put out there before we roll out of here?
I think it's a really good one. I think this is a good week if you like underdogs. I think there's a lot of underdogs you and I both like. My favorite underdog of the week is the Commanders against the Falcons. I think there's a chance they could pull that one out. But if you like betting plus money, this is your week to do it, I think.
Speaking of plus money, take a look at that Monday Night Football game, folks. We have a Monday Night Football show, so we're not going to talk about this right now. But, hey, you want plus money before the line starts changing? I think you should jump on that plus money. There. I won't even say the teams. You guys got to go look at it yourself, but take the plus money. Forget the points. Go get that done. You said Washington Commanders as dogs. Isn't this so tough? Because like I feel like you and I, we've defended the Falcons, right? We've said like Falcons, they're a tough team and their defense is good. But the last 2 weeks, they've kind of gotten exposed. They don't look very good. Their offense doesn't do much. Desmond Ridder, I'm sorry, brother. You might need to call Kirk Cousins, get him to come play in Atlanta or something like that, because they're just not getting it done. I like your Commanders pick. I really do. I think plus 120 is a wild number for the Commanders in that game. And guys, if that game goes to 3 points, I don't see how you don't take the 3 points. That's going to be one of those 17-16 ugly kind of football games. So good luck there. If I was to throw out one more dog, I'm literally trying to look here on the fly. I can't even, there's nothing. I don't like the Browns. Nope. I mean, oh, by the way, one more time, shout out to the Houston Texans. They're going to beat the Saints, but I'm just anyway. I'm too happy about that one. You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here. Arizona Cardinals plus 250 on the money line to beat the LA Rams, dude.
I know hate it.
They're tanking, right? Supposedly. But guys, they play good football when they are playing. Their defense looks great. My boy Dennis Gardeck looks phenomenal out there at that linebacker position. Great on special teams. The LA Rams, they're a decent football team, but they have no business being 7-point favorites. I'm sorry. I don't understand that. I like the 7, but I'm trying to get you guys paid. So 49-point over-under. They're expecting a shootout. You're telling me this game could be tied heading into the fourth quarter. Give me the plus 250 team in a rivalry, if you would, to walk into LA and get that done. Am I crazy for that?
I don't hate it. No, I don't hate it. I mean, we've talked about it every week. This Cardinals team, we don't think they're tanking. They are competitive. They stay really close to these teams. I mean, they beat the Cowboys. They were close with the Niners for a lot of that game. They were close with the Bengals for a lot of that game. This Rams team, I think, is on par with that, like the Bengals side of the NFL right now. And if they can keep it close all game, I don't hate a shot at plus 250.
Arizona Cardinals, folks. Bird Gang's in the building. Guys, please, one more time, shout out to our friends over at Honest Golf Apparel. You guys check out honestgolf.ca. Go get yourself a hat, get yourself a shirt, golf towels, brand new merch coming in. Men's line and ladies line are now there. Make sure you use that code below, TSF20, for 20% off your order today. Bryson and I and a couple other guys over at the Sports Forum, we have nothing but great things to say about these guys and their product. If you need anything, if you have any questions about it, shoot us a DM and we'd love to help you out there. So shout out to Honest Golf one more time. Shout out to Bryson Owens. Give him a follow at Bryson Owens 16, myself at Rig Sports Talk. We got some articles up for you guys all weekend on the Buffs game, the Broncos games, other NFL news, Thursday night football games. The list goes on sportsforumdenver.com. Please go check it out. Follow us at Denver Forum on Instagram and Twitter, and on YouTube at The Sports Forum. That's it for us over here at Week 6. Good luck on your bets. Bet smart, and we'll see you guys next week.